Salam and greetings. Welcome back to Studio Rags. Today we have a very interesting and beautiful project to share with you. Here you see two pairs of white denim jeans that I bought from a local store. It was on a 50% off, so I thought that it's a very good article and a good price to do an interesting tie-dye project. So this first pair I have just simply folded it in half, and I'm marking on the knee points, and I also marked on the sides of the hips. And the first step is that I separated the front and back layer of the leg tube, and I simply just pinched and gathered the fabric and then tied it with the rubber bands, and I repeated the same process on the other knee of the jeans also. After that I tied it on the sides of the hips just simply by pinching and squeezing the fabric. I'm sorry, this view is not very clear, but there isn't really anything complicated. It's just a simple tying. And after doing this, I also tied the leg tubes from the bottom upwards on equal spacing on both the legs, and then I flipped over my jeans and tied on the back of the thighs a little above the knee joint. So now my jeans is starting to look like a chicken ready to get roasted in the oven. To mention you, I have already washed these jeans in normal detergent, and I'm not doing any pre-soaking, and in fact I'm directly going to mix the soda ash and the dye and just apply on the garments. I have done several tie-dye and Indonesian batik projects in the past couple of years, but during this quarantine time I really decided to go with the tie-dye, and the more I do it, the more I like it. In the Eastern chunri dyeing or the Japanese shibori dyeing, you need to have a certain skill level because the patterns are really specific and quite complex, and you need to do a repeated dyeing for many colors. Alright, so with this second pair, you see that I just did simple folding. It's back and forth accordion folding all up to the waist, and then I tied it with the cotton cord or string, which I have already used a couple of times in my other projects. I would mention you here that I like to reuse my equipment and my materials because I think we should be all very environmentally aware and responsible, and we should leave a clean and green planet for our next generation, and we should also save our resources for the next generation. Okay, this pair is also tied, and now it's time to directly mix the dye with the soda ash. And here you see I did a blue color, and I am fitting the jeans into the small tub, just rotating it side to side, change the side, added more dye, and then I added another color that was emerald to create more color interest and a tone into the project. I repeated the process on both the sides few times until I was satisfied with the level of color and the tones that I could see. And later on I also added a bit of truffle brown. You wouldn't see that in this video, but I did that otherwise because I just thought to add one more tone and some darks in the project that would create a nice pattern and a color interest. After applying the dye, I covered and put both of the projects for 24 hours, and then it was a show time, and then I rinsed them thoroughly by also rubbing that first in the cold water and then the hot rinse to just get rid of all the excess dye. This direct dyeing or these ready-made dyes, they have made tie-dye quite simple, and specifically with the contemporary dyeing, because there isn't really any complicated patterns that you want to do. Okay, now this is the other jeans. In fact, this was the first pair. I have fit that into the small tub and directly sprinkled the soda ash, and now topping up with the yellow color, which is quite fluorescent. And then I added the brown, which has created the tone. I changed the side of the jeans, and I repeated the same yellow and the brown on the other side. You can see that I'm specifically adding brown on the portions where I have tied, so that I can create a pattern where the brown color is more prominent. And now it's time to take it out, because I'm going to apply another color, which is emerald, on all the portions where still I can see the base color. So I applied that until the point I was satisfied with the coverage. I flipped it over and applied this third color on the back side as well, and then I kept it for 24 hours for aging. So just to mention you that we should be learning these practical skills and hobbies like cooking, embroidery, tie-dye, or gardening, or anything, because they come really handy in life, and we should also encourage the youngsters and the children to learn these things, because they are a better pastime and they add really practical skills to you, and sometimes they can also make a career opportunity for you, because really you have a skill in you which you can utilize to build your life. I'm offering tie-dye workshops at the moment, and soon I would be starting to offer the Indonesian batik workshops also. I have recently done a couple of tie-dye parties for kids. In fact, those were for the birthdays, and we added another activity. Just instead of eating the cake and the playing, we added a fun activity into the thing, and kids really enjoyed it. Alright, here you see the result. I think you can appreciate all the jade, turquoise blue, and the dark gray or the brown look, and the horizontal stripe on the shibori style. And this is the multicolor piece, and in this shot it's not very visible, but when you look at the garment right in front of you, then you can see those subtle patterns that have come out quite nice on the entire garment wherever I had tied it. So after this, I just rinsed, dried, and tried it. I hope you like it. Please, if you like it and you find it creative, then leave me a like and a comment and suggest me what would you want me to do as a next project. And if this is useful to you, then you can consider to subscribe and share it with some of your friends. Here I would mention about another project that I did back in 2019, and that is a project about making a paper mache. So take a look at that project. I have recently compiled all the videos and it's on my channel. I believe you would enjoy that. It's a nice creative project. Alright, so you see the final result for the denim jeans that I have turned into a tie-dye project. I hope you like it. So we'll come back soon with another interesting, creative, and educating project. Until then, look after yourself. See you. Bye bye.